There's 3 reasons to use Alborada.
Yes.
Hey, what's up guys, Zackie-Senpai here and welcome back to my gaming channel, and today we're gonna talk about Alborada in general, what my personal opinion about her personal pilot, her personal build, my opinion about her build and all those stuff. But I think a lot of people understand already how to play her, but if you don't know whether you want to buy her or not, this video will hopefully make you understand more about Alborada, or maybe you want to skip her or you want to buy her. And I know a lot of people are like saying that she's not strong long range, but some people say that she's strong long range, some people say she's weak short range, but some people say that she's strong short range. So in these videos we're going to break down why is she strong and what is going to be nerfed in the future. Now do keep in mind that Alborada is a support mech and it is not meant to solo. It is possible to solo, but highly difficult, but it is still possible, alright? So starting off very basic, her pilot, her name is Serena, she's 12. She is of course a student, but also a member of Sovereignty Repatriation Project. I honestly don't know about that, but something to do with politics maybe. And Border Vigilante, self-proclaimed of course, so she's taking care of border. I really don't know what these occupations are, but she's a student nonetheless, and self-proclaimed, I don't want to accept those. So she likes gardening, reading books on technology. Well, this girl is doing pretty good actually, and more mature and dependable than other girls of the same age, but does show her curious and naive side, willing to trust others out of kindness. So she's very innocent. Live in Carlson, a small town that was destroyed during the Singularity War. If you don't know what Singularity War is, it's basically the war during Super Mega Champion, and currently the forefront of the local rebuilding project, and where Serena is everyone's little girl. When not busy with work, like tending to small garden and stuff like that. So she's basically 12 years old. She's 2 years younger than Mila. So yeah, we have another lolly, and I really appreciate that. Alright, Alborada in general, her combat provenance is battle feature is a hit and run, something similar to Andromeda and Scalar, and it is a continuous. Her battle range is something I do not disagree. I disagree because she can be played with a short or long range depending on your playstyle, and her mobility wise is normal, something I can agree on. She doesn't have a very high fuel consumption. Her basic durability, adding on with her additional shield, will have a 2700 durability total, which is placing her second last, which the least would be Raven and Andromeda with 2600, but she's slightly higher than them. So her total fuel is 110, which is kind of insanely high because she is a mech that doesn't like consume a lot of fuel. So I think she's okay. She doesn't spend a lot of fuel. She's fuel friendly. So let's talk about her primary attack. So her primary attack is light missile barrage, fire light missiles at high speed and precision, which means it is very accurate. She is something like Andromeda and Scalar, but Scalar has a very bad accuracy. Andromeda has a very slow velocity, which is the speed of the attack. So she is like a greater version of two of them. Her clip capacity is 20, attack frequency of 4 shots per second, and reloading time of 2.2 seconds. It is good enough to deal damage because of how fast it is, but it doesn't deal a lot of damage. It is a very terrible pilot killing. It is possible to kill pilot, but it's very terrible. That's it. I don't think there's anything I want to talk about the primary attack. So second attack is Radiant Beacon. She fire a slow energy orb to attack enemy and protect teammates. So every time she fires this Radiant Beacon, ally will get 300 shield, and this Radiant Beacon actually travels 230 meters, and with a radius or AoE of 25 meters and diameters of 50 meters, which is who are close to the Radiant Beacon will get damage or receive buff. It is very useful, but it does stack. If you have 2 Alborada in your team, your defense can actually go up, and each time she casts this actually gains 300, but there's gonna be more going down when we talk about the modules. And her dash, which is her combat skill, is Elegant Step, rapid movement in Elegant Steps, and get a special attack with the primary weapon. So after you dash or after you do the Elegant Step, there's this little purple thing surrounding her, which doesn't really seem to be very helpful. Doesn't deal with a lot of damage. Kind of like a nerf. This is what Utah and I personally think about. It doesn't do AoE, it doesn't do a lot of damage. I'd rather go with the normal primary attack. So the special attack with the primary after the Elegant Step feels like a big nerf. We have a cooldown of 7.5 seconds, so you can maybe focus on this build if you want to build the cooldown. And then her jump is a normal jump, but something higher than, slightly higher than Boltus. The fuel consumption is 15 times. Again, she is very fuel friendly mecha. Now I know what you're thinking, I didn't cover the modules for the second attack because there's a lot of things to cover again right here at the modules. So let's start off with attack modules. The one you want to go is Song of Courage. You don't want to go with Synchronized Resonance if you want to build her damage solo. It is possible, but it is highly difficult. She's very difficult to play in solo. Song of Courage, reduce Radiant Beacon's cooldown, which is the secondary attack, every time the primary attack hits. So you already know from this that this is the mech that you want to build attack on fire rate to reduce the secondary cooldown as fast as possible. The defense module is also, you want to go with the one that you need to unlock as well, Song of Fortitude, which is increased 10, 15, 20% shield provided by Radiant Beacon to friendly mecha and 10% to self. Damage suffered doing elegant step, something similar to Arthur, but no, you don't want that. Once you're done doing the flip, there's nothing, so you want to go with the shield provided by Radiant Beacon. There's at least like 3 to 4 seconds when the shield is activated. So this Song of Fortitude is something you want to go with. The propulsion, Meteor Wings, 10, 15, 20% lateral movement speed with elegant steps, something I don't want to. So again, she is a support man, you want to supporting your team, not a mech that you want to fight head on. You want to stick with your teammate. If your teammate pushing, then you go with them. If your teammate is not pushing, then you stay with them. If you're at the base being pushed TDM, then you stay with them. A mech that goes along with the teammate. So Song of Surge, 4, 7, 10% attack speed and movement speed to friendly mecha shielded by Radiant Beacon. So you increase your allies' attack speed and their movement speed, which allows them to take out opponents faster and close in the range faster, or maybe get away faster, however you want to play it. So the core is something that we have a lot to talk about. Core 1 is not the one you want to go for unless you're playing solo. Every 4 primary light missiles hit generate 4 mini missiles. So it actually helps with cooldown and more damage, but something you don't want. Heroic support. So what you want to go is Core 2, Songs of Hope. This thing can go insane. Like, her secondary attack can actually buff you with this up to 900 shield. And if you have 2 Alborada in TDM, you can go up to 1600, which is her HP can actually hit 4000 something, which is very insane. I don't know how to explain it to you, but Core 2 is the one you want to go. The more there are, there's 4 person getting out on you. Each of these 4 person, when you cast the second attack, is gonna bring you 300, 300, 300, 300. So the more people getting on her, the higher her shield goes. Press the button again to stop Radiant Beacon. So her Core 2 allows her secondary attack to stop. So you press your right click once, the Radiant Beacon goes, and then you press it again to stop it. The best way to know when to stop it is when it starts zapping your opponent, and then you want to right click again. And deal or provide up to 3 damage, deal 3 times the damage, or provide protections to the same enemy and friendly target. So if it hits your enemy, it's gonna deal 3 times the damage. If it hits your ally, it's gonna do 3 times the protection. So you get what I mean. The more people there is, the more shield you'll be able to provide to you and your ally. And with these together, you might be able to provide more for your ally. Now, as I mentioned, for her tech, you want to build her rate of fire because you want to reduce, when the primary attack hits, you want to reduce the secondary attack cooldown as fast as possible. So I built her rate of fire, basically all rate of fire. She's a support, so you don't really need damage. But as for the defense, I don't really know what to build, so I built secondary weapons recovery as well as combat skill recovery. You can actually go with secondary skill as fast as possible to reduce the cooldown, right? Or as for her pilot skill, I actually go with high infrastructure because I want to build more shield, more HP. But for field, she doesn't really need it because she doesn't really, elegant step, not the highest thing to focus on. And shield recovery, maybe you can go with this. I don't know, that's up to your face. So you want more durability, more shield, all stacking up together, you can go for this. I don't think there's anything unless in the future. Rate 1 isn't gonna be useful because it is meant for debuff. Self-repair, anyone can use that. Minus 5% max mecha durability, you can do that if you want. Again, I don't see anything that is useful for her until we go ahead in the future. Now, my personal opinion about Alborada in BR is that you gotta move along with your squad. If they push, they push. If they don't, they don't. But if there's distance problem, then you're supposed to cover your teammates, right? And her secondary skills comes very useful when your teammates being ganked, and you can suddenly you approach, you can just fire that and then grant that extra shield for your teammates to get out or fight back. A lot of things actually she can play. There's a lot of roles she can play. She is very water, very flexible. I like it. I think she is perfect the way she is. In TDM wise, if there's two of her, she can be insanely like very strong. But again, her TDM role is the same. If your teammate push, you push. If your teammate doesn't push, you stay with them. It depends on your squad. If you find any other playstyle that is better than mine, you can actually comment down in the comment section below. But she follows the crowd, follows the squad. So for tips and trick, the best way to activate, the most of the thing to talk about is a secondary attack. So when you deal more damage, you see more contact, it seems to increase more of her shield. And her skill around 4 to 5 seconds, you can actually do a lot of things. Her secondary attack also makes a very useful thing when you're like fighting like hide and seek kind of style. When you're approaching maybe a gap right there, and then you shoot this up. And when to stop it, you just right click when the moment the thing zap. That is when it is most useful. If you don't know when to stop it, until the radiant beacon zaps someone, you click another right click, or if you're on mobile, tap it again. Her radiant beacons also makes a very useful detection when someone is inside a building, especially pilot. It doesn't really kill them, it deals the extra damage to help your friends when you're going in. So you can actually spot pilots, like it's situated there, and then you just keep zapping people. I really don't know much to talk about her as she is still new, she's 2 days. I can see that what is meant to be nerfed is that her damage on the radiant beacons, as well as her the amount of shield she generates. It's just insanely too much, and her radiant beacons along with her shield giving her more tankier while doing more damage is insane. So I can see that she's gonna get nerfed in her shield production as well as her damage output. So what do you Kohai personally think about her? Leave them down in the comment section below. This is my personal opinion and my personal build on her. I asked a lot of people, they agree on fire rate, they agree on reducing the cooldown. So Alborada is a support mag to follow the crowd. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more SMC content and other mobile gaming content. Blah, 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 blah.